So again, very light wheels. Oh, effectively the lightest I could get away with, sort of keeping in line with Porsche heritage, going with these folks. So let's grab that torch again. So onto the back end again. Obviously Öhlins, different spring rate at the back end. There's also, you can't see from here, you can see from inside the car, they're kind of custom CLR adjustable top mounts, all pillar ball again. All the top arms you can see there, fully adjustable, rose jointed. Exact same configuration on the bottom end actually. So you have here, let's see where we can get a picture. You've got these caster arms, completely adjustable, and these lower control arms, they've actually got a grease nipple on the outside end there, so they're very, very useful in terms of maintenance. And they are here adjustable rear toe arms, on-off design again. You can see I've retained the rear anti-roll bar and I fitted Powerflex bushes there. So on the back end, there's an Inconel exhaust in there, a bit dirty now, but that's about it on the back end. Effectively what I've done by coming up with this arrangement is I can now adjust to whatever suspension settings I like, but I've pushed out the rear hubs by 18mm without the use of spacers, so that was the reason behind that. And obviously I can adjust rake angle and whatever else with the adjustable suspension. So what we'll do now is I'll just lower the car a little bit and just go around the rest of the car. So all the panels on the car, they're now carbon fibre. They've obviously been painted, and in certain lights you can still see the weave. It's quite a thin layer of paint, deliberately, not to copy Ferrari F40 or anything, but you know, in that vein. So the bonnet again with the GT3 RS, they had a decal on the front rather than the bonnet badge. So it's a carbon Kevlar bonnet, and if I just open up these panels here, I should have prepared this really. You can see it's an extremely lightweight battery in there, and it's just empty. You know, previously had all the air conditioning components, alarm, battery tray, just everything I could get away with removing is gone. But I still retain full usability with the car. I didn't want to pull out the carpets or these trim panels. You know, I still want it to all intents and purposes act as though it was you know, a stock car. So all the hi-fi systems now gone. So yeah, as I said, bonnet's carbon fibre. Actually you can see the weave there, the carbon there in the light. The front wings, they're carbon fibre. Now I'll go back up here actually. The roof, that's carbon fibre. I'll get onto the paint scheme in a second. These mirrors here, they're actually a very low drag roof design, so I bought some original roofs, the last ones in existence, and then I had them moulded into carbon fibre, so they still retain all of the functionality. They're electric, they just look the part. They're very low drag and lightweight, so you know, they were used for those reasons. The doors, these are a carbon fibre door. They're real tricky to fit, the doors actually. All the intricate cuttings out for fitting the original fasteners and things like that. Then I also had these custom inner door cards made, and used some red strap to, you know, copy some other ideas that Porsche used to lighten and make the interiors a little bit interesting and follow kind of race heritage ideas. Inside here, steering wheel, airbags have all gone obviously. I've got a GT3 gear knob in Alcantara. I need to get a torch again. So all the roof here, you can see inside you've got raw carbon weave. I've then lined the extremities with Alcantara. I chopped away actually an original sun visor, coated it with Alcantara and got rid of the mirror assembly, just again to save weight and follow some of the ideas from original, say, 911R ST, where they only had one sun visor. This was a complete custom build. This centre section here, I chopped up the original, which had the sunroof buttons and things, and retrimmed it to suit this setup. These seats, the seats are a carbon fibre leather arrangement. All underneath the carpets, I've cut out much of the excess foam material to save weight. Mats have gone. I mean, I'm basically just going off as I see things here. I've not prepared this in any way. And actually, just looking at the rear seats here, that reminds me, in going through that process of chopping out all the excess weight foam underneath the carpets, I've actually, and the roof lining as well, going as well. That's actually saved around about 5 centimeters of headroom, so it's a lot more comfortable to sit in the back now. And I can actually bring these seats forward. In fact, I will do so, because in the back, if you see here, I'm trying to crawl in. I retrimmed everything here, took out all the carpets in the back end, and I made these removable panels so I can adjust the Olin suspension in the back there. So it's kind of retains all its user friendliness. Trim panels are all in. There's effectively 44 kilos of removable trim still in the car, rear seats and things, that I wanted to retain. But I had some ideas. In removing the original door cards, I've obviously lost the door bins for storage. So what I decided to do was take the airbag out, and I've created a storage unit here, Alcantara lined. And it looks original, you know, as if Porsche had done it. It's very lightweight, and it gives me some of that usability back. And obviously makes it a little bit unique. Now, where next? Okay, so, I mean, this panel's original, no change there. I'm going to go into the engine bay now. This is a carbon fibre ducktail. I've had it obviously painted body colour. Going into the engine, to all intents and purposes, beside the blue air inlet there, there's very little difference that you'd see, but I've just loosened this off already. I might need 2 minutes for this. There we go. So there are vast changes in here. Effectively, I've saved around about 50 kilos in the engine bay, and it really does aid things like working and access into the back end. So you can see, in getting rid of the power steering and air conditioning pumps, had to come up with a system to work around the lack of power steering and the belt run. So it's a completely redesigned. This pulley's a one-off, using a bearing to fit the original location. It's a completely different routing, different length belt, idler pulley configuration different, but in doing all this work, you can see here I can literally get in and work in this area no problem at all, whereas normally it's just a nightmare, you know, removing all the ancillaries that are bolted to the engine. So as I said, yeah, it's about 50 kilos removed from the engine. I've also had the throttle reworked, so it's a little bit wider than standard. There's some RSS engine mounts here, and yeah, lots of components have been replaced on the engine. It's obviously a Hardtech engine. I've replaced the chain tensioners, fuel pressure regulator, oil pressure transmitter, fuel pump. You know, there's practically all the ancillaries, bolt-on components, they're all new on the car. So I might just raise the car slightly. I'll just try and get a good look underneath. In fact, I'll just close the boot. So from the underside here, you can see I've got this Klein Inconel exhaust. These carbon fibre custom made tips with CLR painted into them. suspension components there. I recently also took the this head cover off here and replaced the tappets, and yeah, that's pretty much it really. Let's just have a look. Eccentric bolts have gone, I've replaced them.